Hello everyone, my name is Wang Ruoqi. I am a master student in electrical engineering of Columbia University. This is a project report of big data analytics. Our project title is Map-Based Restaurant Recommendation. Here is our agenda. Firstly, I will give you a brief introduction about our project. Traditional recommendation system in Yelp is only based on the rating, which is not customer specific. Customers would like to see the recommended restaurants based on their past experience. And that is our aim, to give recommendations based on customers' own experience. Besides, another characteristic about our project is to visualize the recommendation results on Google Maps to make it more clearing and fascinating. The dataset that we use is Yelp Challenge dataset, and it contains enough information about its users, reviews, and businesses. There are mainly 4 tools that we use in our project. For the recommendation, it is implemented in Hadoop, and we use Spark for clustering, Google Map for visualization. In addition, the whole project is managed by Eclipse. The languages that we use are Java, Python, and JavaScript. Java is used to do recommendation and clustering. Python is used to do data pre-processing, and JavaScript is used for web development. And here is our flowchart. The original dataset that we have downloaded from internet is in JSON file. So we need to change it into CSV format. Then we filter the restaurant and user information from the dataset. According to the restaurants that we have filtered, user-based recommendation and clustering is applied. Then we grade each cluster. By combining the result of cluster and recommendation, we can get the final result. The last step is to visualize the results in Google Maps.
I'm Wang Siyu, and now let me introduce the part of data processing. Before recommendation, we did data pre-processing for these 3 parts to filter out the data we can use from the whole Yelp dataset by Python. For the business dataset, we extract the restaurant data from all kinds of businesses based on the type label and create a new dataset including the business ID, name of the restaurants, the locations, and several properties of the restaurants. For the review dataset, we extract the user ID, business ID, and the star from each review, which is to be used to find users' past records and calculate the similarity between users. And for the user dataset, we extract the username and user ID, which is used to map user's name to a particular user ID. After the pre-processing, we start to do the recommendation and the clustering. We use user-based recommendation, calculate the similarity between users based on their review records, which is mainly the stars they gave to the restaurants they have attended. And we do the clustering for all restaurants. Based on these 5 properties, we use K-means algorithm to divide restaurants into 5 clusters. Each cluster presents a type of the restaurant. Then is the result processing. According to a particular user's past records, we grade each cluster by adding a score to it. The rule is, if a user gave a star below 3 to a restaurant, we add a negative number to the cluster that the restaurant belongs to. If the user gave a star above 3, we add a positive number to the cluster. Finally, each cluster can get a grade. A higher grade means the user may like that type of restaurant with larger possibility. We pick out the cluster with the highest grade, which includes the restaurants with the type that the user may highly prefer to. Then we use this cluster to filter the recommendation results for each restaurant in the recommendation result. If it is not in the highest grade cluster, it will be removed. So it can remove the restaurants in the clusters which the type the user may not like, and make the final results with higher matched degree and accuracy. As a result of the data processing, it provides the name, locations of the recommended restaurants to the web page for visualization on Google Maps. Now let's welcome my teammate Liu Yuyang to introduce the next part.
In this project, I'm responsible for the web development and data interaction. I mainly write two files, a JSP file and a servlet file. In the JSP file, I create the web structure and the user interface. The servlet file is responsible for the data interaction between the client and server. About the whole processes, firstly, in the user interface, user could input his name. When clicking the button, the name string will be stored and transmitted to the servlet. Secondly, in the servlet, I will invoke functions created by other two partners to finish the data processing. And the servlet will send back the longitude, latitude, and other recommended restaurant information back to the web page. Finally, I use the JavaScript to apply Google Map API to mark the restaurant information in the Google Map. That's the whole process of my part. This is the demo of our project. In the user input interface, the user could input his name, and this name information will be stored and transmitted to the server side to be processed. Then the processed information will be sent back to the web page, and the recommended restaurants will be showed on the Google Map. And then I will try another example. As long as you're a user in the Yelp dataset, we can do the recommendation for you. That's all. Thank you.